Mzansi. Play your part and help curb the spread of COVID-19 by wearing a face mask at all times in public spaces. Practice good hygiene by coughing or sneezing into your elbow, washing your hands with soap and water, and sanitizing regularly. Register to get vaccinated. Together, we can beat COVID-19. The SABC, keeping you safe and informed.
From our studios in Auckland Park, Johannesburg.
And this is The Agenda. Thank you so much for joining us.
We set the agenda for the day.
What's the latest?
We are standing outside the Benoni Magistrates Ketla Sitolo. Talk about what he found to be happening on the ground during the unrest.
Zondo, thank you so much for bringing us the latest.
Get your daily dose of what's happening around the world.
More than 30 countries have issued new travel bans.
We have the instruments to have safe travel. Let's use those instruments.
The SABC's Nabil Ahmed reports from Accra.
South Africa is Ghana's largest foreign directing.
From the weather desk, Mbali.
Catch me, Desiree Chauke, weekdays from 9 till noon.
And myself, Blaine Herman, every Saturday and Sunday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. SABC News. Independent and impartial.
Welcome back. You're still watching Morning Live. Now, the Johannesburg High Court is expected to hear an urgent application by an organization called Democracy in Action this morning. The Commission's chairperson, Deputy Chief Justice Raymond Zondo, was supposed to ceremoniously hand over the report to President Cyril Ramaphosa today. Meanwhile, earlier on the SABC News, legal journalist Raymond says Democracy in Action is likely to have its urgent interdict dismissed as President Cyril Ramaphosa already has been given the first part of the report into state capture, which was electronically sent to him on the 31st of December 2021. For more, let's now cross to our reporter, Mbali Mthethwa, who's in Johannesburg at the Johannesburg High Court to give us an update on the application by the Democracy in Action. Mbali Mthethwa, a very good morning to you. What can we expect at court this morning?
Good morning, Lebu. Yes, indeed, it is D-Day for Democracy in Action today. They will be making that urgent application before this very court that you see right behind me at the Johannesburg High Court, where they're hoping that they can interdict the handing over of that crucial state capture report that has been much awaited and much anticipated. We understand that it will be handed over in 3 stages. While the one report is to be handed over a little bit later today, but we do understand that it was already handed over on Friday, and however it wasn't handed over with all the bells and whistles or that we would expected to have received because of the funeral and the fact that the country was still in mourning and mourning the death of the Archbishop Desmond Tutu. We understand that the second report will be handed over at the end of this month and again at the end of February, but this report is really much anticipated by South Africans, as South Africans want to know what will happen to those who have been implicated in the report. But it seems as though Democracy in Action is unhappy with the report being handed over to the president, given that he has been implicated by a number of witnesses in the report at the State Capture Commission of Inquiry, and they fear that there might be a conflict of interest should it be handed over to him. And it's unclear if the court will be granting that interdict and if this application will hold water before this very court, especially since the report may have been handed over already to the president.
All right, Mbali, do we have any idea of how long we expect this process to last for and what time it's going to start?
Well, it's unclear how long it's going to last until, but court generally starts at around 10. So in the next couple of minutes, we will be trying to at least ascertain which court will be hearing the matter, and we will also be trying to get permission to be able to film, or if we are able to do so, we'll try and bring you those live visuals of the court proceedings so that everyone is in the know. I understand that, this is one of those cases and matters that will be largely followed by South Africans, as South Africans would want to know the outcome of this matter. We've also heard the Democracy in Action arguing that President Cyril Ramaphosa has been implicated during his tenure as deputy president of the country, as well as the head of deployment committee within the ANC, and saying that he was responsible for some of the cadre deployment that we saw at at various state-owned enterprises, and also some of those leaders actually being implicated in the State Capture Commission of Inquiry, and also being held responsible or being accused of being responsible for the destruction of the state-owned enterprises, particularly the SAA, Transnet, including Eskom. And this was all because of some very dodgy deals that were made between these state-owned enterprises that benefited the Gupta companies or Gupta-linked organizations and Gupta-linked network. We understand that there are a number of contracts that came under scrutiny before the State Capture Commission of Inquiry, and a number of witnesses that have a number of key players that have been implicated within that report.
All right, Mbali Mthethwa, thank you so much there for talking to us. Now.